Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant, aka Quant Network. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate that. And if you guys do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as I also am very thankful for that. And you know, it does allow you to never miss a future update. Now, of course, like I said in my last two videos, do not, disregard these prices, but also do not regard them specifically because guess what? I am recording this earlier and scheduling it for later, so these are not the real prices. So just to give you guys those quick insights. Now on QNT, right? We've been talking about Quant for a very long time. We've been talking about it since it was $30, currently sitting at about $100. It's actually pretty crazy how far this has dropped in price. We hit about $85.60. I think that we're currently at a little bit lower. It was at like 90 just recently. Trading volume is up 21.12%. We actually hit lower than this, I believe, on TradingView. We're going to be talking about that. Now, I will say this. Okay, what I'm watching for is those summer lows to be tested and hopefully be held. We're actually going to be addressing this right now in this chart. So it's actually a lot easier to look at over here. So here's the July 2021 low pattern that we hit. And this is pretty much the bottom figure at $55, almost $56. I'm not saying that we go that low. I'm just saying if we lose that point, that's concerning to me. It's not so much the June prices either. Like it's pretty much around that same point, but that's pretty much what I'm watching for. And in fact, we hit my demand zone today. We actually came down and almost hit the bottom figure of my demand zone at about almost $75. We hit about $84 almost technically. RSI extremely oversold, as you guys can see. Volume is rough here. Look at how much sell volume there was. Compared, it's almost as bad as it was back in August. Best part about this is look at what ended up happening after August. And I'm not saying that we're going to go to, pump massively or anything like that. I believe that we will see an incredible year for QNT. I'm just saying I think that we still have a little bit of time to range on and actually accumulate. And, while we wait, it could even come down lower and test these low points in my demand channel for about like $75 to even $55, around that range. We have to watch closely because we have broken significant, overall support zones, and we pretty much broke down to almost my perfect demand zone that I've been talking to you guys about now for like the past 2 days. But let's talk about the overall leading factors behind QNT in terms of what could actually allow it to, rally. So first off, we go back to September 8th. Three reasons why Quant's price has rallied 200% in the last month. Now, we really need to address the fact that, first off, they're talking about increased interoperability between blockchain networks and the release of Overledger 2.0.5. Now, they're saying that those are just a few things that caused it to surge. Of course, interoperability expands, incentives to developers, major exchange listings as well. There's a lot of stuff that was behind the major price increases. But let's talk about the things that we could actually be watching for in terms of, massive price demand. A lot of people kind of question, okay, what is going to be the overall catalyst event that's going to push QNT to $1,000, for an example? And I get that it's hard to, kind of see what is going to make it get to those points. But all we have to really look at is the development, right? I just addressed this in yesterday's video about them really kind of tokenizing money. They're bringing in tokenization. It's going to enable customers to create smart contracts or payments and tokenize money in general. Like, we're going to see tokenization taken over. I've been talking to you guys about tokenization for a very long time now, specifically talking about, Swift getting into this, right? Exploring tokenized assets, collaborative innovation in action. Now, I've talked to you guys, I've addressed this, but the best part about this is, they're talking about how it could reach $24 trillion by 2027. Asset tokenization, a trend and challenge for securities markets. The best part about all of this, okay, is that if we implement tokenization, if things are going to start being tokenized, it's going to have to be able to be transacted with, okay? For an example, right? If I tokenize, let's say a house, okay? And I tokenized it, I own it, we need to be able to send that token to somebody else if they buy it from me. Okay, interoperability needs to be a layer within tokenization specifically for that reason. We actually see that down here from Chief Engineer at Settle. We are very pleased to be contributing to this important initiative. We see significant innovation in securities tokenization at the moment, and these experiments have the potential to create broader accessibility and interoperability between the emerging networks. Right? When we're talking about just seamless processes and pretty much transactions between tokenized assets, it still demands interoperability overall, especially if we're going to be utilizing DOT technologies, which they are talking about, right? They're saying, and the participants in the integration between the various DOT environments and with transaction orchestrations using their respective capabilities. But overall, this is all kind of focused on CBDCs. It's talking about, just tokenization in general, though, but also kind of leveraging, digital asset, pretty much use cases. Best part about it is that they cannot do that without the specific things within this market that we need. For an example, interoperability. We've seen that becoming a huge thing. Now, also within the tokenization scene, this kind of leads us back to this release, and this could actually help really kind of prosper this into the new age of adoption, aka kind of streamline it. Now, of course, we also see Overledger scalability release. Now, this goes back a little bit. This actually goes back, I don't know the specific date, but this is actually an older article. But this does increase the horizontal scalability of Overledger, decoupling various microservices, supporting further application architecture optimizations. Best part about this, right, is that when we're talking about the development on QNT, it has not stopped. Development has been crazy for Quant Networks. That's what Quant Networks, sorry, I don't know why I said networks, but that's why when we're talking about a lot of people who are kind of upset about QNT's price appreciation, maybe they're still hodling it from $30, $40, $50, or even maybe higher, maybe you bought higher than the price now. Those people need to look at the fundamentals, the overall development updates, the things that this team is working on. A perfect example of this is Quant and the Digital Pound Foundation realizing the UK Cbdc vision. Okay, the best part about this was that QNT was brought in for the interoperability layer for this. Now, again, this is all kind of centered around tokenization of course, the GBP. But all of this goes hand in hand with DOT adoption, DOT interoperability, right? The first and only solution to deliver true universal DOT interoperability. It's a technology called Overledger that seamlessly interconnects private and public networks, enterprise platforms, and DOTs easily and securely at scale without introducing complexity or additional infrastructure. That right there is the reason why you should be extremely bullish on QNT. The first and only patented solution to deliver true universal DOT interoperability. That is huge. Okay, now why am I bringing up this again? Because this is going back some time now. Well, we go back to, what Quant just said yesterday, and I actually reported on this, but we do see here, Overledger will be interoperability solution for the digital dollar, digital euro, and the digital pound. Trillions will flow through it. QNT price is just an illusion. 40K per coin is programmed in this decade. The reason why I've always said high prices for QNT is because of what they are building in terms of their vision. Yeah, sure, you might be wondering, well, this is just kind of hopium, it's just saying, yeah, digital dollar, digital euro, whatever. We don't even have a confirmation on that. But technically we do, right? Because QNT is the only solution to deliver true universal DOT interoperability. If we're talking about all of these areas around the world trying to get into, CBDC and digitization of their overall currency, they need the interoperability layer. But there's only one that delivers that. Okay? So when we're talking about the need for, electronic money or cash, digital infrastructure overall, interoperability is going to be one of the key layers. Okay? And don't believe me, look at it, right? Interoperability crucial for DOT and post-trade processes, ECB. Okay? They're talking about why interoperability needs to pretty much be a big thing. DOTs will not succeed without interoperability. They need to be able to gossip and communicate between each network. It's just clear. Okay? And of course, even SIA, right? SIA is achieving blockchain interoperability goals with Quant Network. Of course, this is a huge giant in the space, 580 plus nodes already, which technically are banks. And when we're talking about this, you know, we even see the quote down here. The achievement of a fully interoperable blockchain network through our collaboration with Quant Network is another key element in our path of bringing innovation and state-of-the-art technologies for supporting banks, financial institutions, corporates, and even public administration bodies to extend their capabilities in integrating different DLT business applications. The best part that when we're talking about everything that's happened with DLT adoption, right? DLTs are growing day by day by day. It's actually taken over at a mass adoption, pretty much, I would say speed, right? Because in just the last year alone, like in 2021, we have seen DLTs take the spotlight. In fact, I'm sure that a lot of you who watch my Q&T videos, maybe you don't, maybe you do, but if you watch my Hedera Hashgraph videos, you'd understand how big of a role distributed ledger technologies actually play. And when we're talking about, you know, the moving trillions of dollars, which I even said this in my video from yesterday, you know, they can't move and transact trillions of dollars without the need for interoperability. They need Quant Network. Okay, they need Q&T. And with all the updates that they're doing with tokenization, you know, even going back a little bit to scalability and stuff like that, like, and there's a bunch of stuff like this. All you have to do is go to their PR and announcements, and you can pretty much read all about the development on Quant. Like, that's why I said that this is a little bit older. It's pretty much around the time of the, you know, Digital Pound Foundation. But we're seeing continuous work being done on this network. We're seeing continuous work being put in to, you know, really kind of streamlining what Quant could really deliver on, because they understand the scale that will flow over this network. It's going to be absolutely massive. Okay, and I don't say that to be, you know, shilling you guys hopium. I say it because you could clearly see what they are building. You could clearly see the need for it. You know, ASEA themselves seen the need for interoperability. That's why I'm so bullish on Q&T. That's why for anybody who is holding out there, maybe you're getting a little bit worried, maybe you're getting a little bit concerned with the price. That's totally fine. I understand where you guys are coming from. But look at the fundamentals. Look at things that are happening like Swift moving in on tokenized assets and just the DLT space as well. Like digitization, digital assets in general, are becoming something too big to ignore. And while that's all cool and fun, we still need interoperability between a lot of these DLT technologies. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.